Member for Vancouver West-End.
I thank the member for his comments. I think he's really pointed out the challenge is you can increase the amount of housing, and we have seen an increase after a time when we didn't have much supply for years, and shelter as well. But if the numbers keep going up, as they seem to be, we're not keeping up, unfortunately. And I think the challenge has been catching the folks before they fall. How do you help somebody so that they don't spiral into poverty, that they don't take the step into addiction, mental health challenges, sometimes conjoined, so they don't end up being thrown out of a home due to hatred or because they simply don't have enough money. It may start with money, but it doesn't always end with money. I think about the challenge that we've got around modular housing and the issue of community acceptance and the need for community support to be able to house homeless people. You know, in my neighborhood, close by, Cole Harbour, you can go through the parks, you can go through the back areas, and there are homeless people there. Now, I talk to some residents, they say, what do you mean? And I say, well, what time do you get up in the morning? Oh, okay, yeah, they don't get up so early, so they may not see them. When I raised the issue of modular housing, one of the first things constituents in that neighborhood said, well, but they're not coming here, are they? They're not meant for us in this area. I said, well, but you were just complaining to me about the panhandler. You were just complaining to me about the fellow who sleeps under the tree out in front of your condo with a multi-million-dollar view. These are our neighbors. And that's, I think, the key part is to remember this could be any one of us. And unless you provide the social supports, these folks in some communities will never believe that they can be safe. They zeroed in on the fact that some people who would potentially be in a modular housing could be addicted, could have a mental health challenge. And when I pointed out that could also be their neighbor in their very own condo building, oh, well, that's not the same. Well, it is the same. And we don't have the right to decide who our next door neighbor is, so we better start accepting that homeless people are our neighbors too, and we don't want them to be homeless for long, and if they're not homeless, they're going to be a healthier neighbor and a better neighbor than if they're living on the street. Honorable Speaker, I don't think we can take our eyes off this issue, because the moment you do, more people are on the street. The moment you do, then you start hearing from the business people. Then you start hearing from the community who don't feel safe because their park has people living in it. You have to focus on this completely all the time, and that also means the federal government needs to be there too. I'm honored to be able to speak on this issue, and I'll keep working on it, and I thank all members who've worked on this issue over the years.
Thank you, member.